Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to the World Series 2024. Back here today with another round number 1. Down at the bottom left today of Blue Hole, we have the blue China nuke. This is RaGing K. And then all the way up in the north position, we have the purple China infantry. So a very imbalanced matchup. Actually, normally, I say normally, I'll come on to that in a second. This is the purple player. China infantry, UA Den. Now, he's called UA because UA is like the abbreviation for Ukraine. So it's Ukraine against Syria. RaGing K is down as Syrian. It's his flag against his name on the tournament. China nuke against the Inf. Usually it is indeed very imbalanced. You make a fully loaded outpost, or you make a helix, or you make 2 war factories and make loads of outposts, and you send it at the nuke, and the nuke generally gets overrun, and the outposts just wreck absolutely everything. With that said, though, on a map like this, where you can get loads of different, loads of oils that are all over the place, then I think, I'm not going to say nuke is now overpowered against Inf, but I think it has more advantages than like on Tournament Desert or any other map, for example. The reason is because you can make red guards in 2s, they're cheap, they're fast, and you can go and capture all of the oils, whereas the minigun is a 350 for infantry. And generally getting all the oils costs you a lot more and takes a lot longer. Even if the minigunner does 1v1 a red guard, you can just make so many red guard against so many oils. So UA Den has gone for Helix, but there is a flamer straight away in his face, killing both of these barracks. Both of the barracks will survive, but the gig is already up. The surprise is over. The Helix is already half HP from this GAT here in the middle. There's another flamer taking some damage. There's another GAT, I think, locked on it. And this Helix is in big trouble. He needs to kill that war factory at the very minimum. And probably what he should do... It's too late now. But probably what he should have done was shot that war factory, like, maybe a little bit faster. Maybe less minigunners in there. I think he might have had 2 in there. And then got around here and unloaded in there. To be honest, I still think it'd probably be a loss anyway. Because the nuke's gone for oils behind this. And eventually that Helix will get stopped. But I do think there was probably a chance there. Yeah, if that Helix had unloaded in there, killed some of these buildings, and then unloaded and started attacking that war factory, I do think there was a possibility there. But RaGing K, his other name is Shay, or Shay St. John. He is a very good player. In my opinion, he's an expert player. He's very tough, very solid. And when there's money involved, he goes real hard, and you can see there 3 minutes and 27 he is 1-0 up against UA Den. Okay, jumping into the next match, we now have RaGing K with the China infantry up in the top right in the blue. Interested to see what build he goes for here, because like I said, getting the oils is a bit more difficult as the infantry, so I'm interested to see what he does. I'd have to really think twice about what I'd have to do in as the China infantry. Maybe you go double war factory aggression, I don't know. Down at the bottom left we have the purple. For the China nuke, this is UA Den. Yeah, I do think there was a possibility with that Helix, you know. But I think Shay did quite good. Sending the flame forward to either 1, kill the base, 2, scout for the Helix, or 3, delay the Helix, whatever. That was a nice flamer straight down the middle. I like that. And you got to remember in 0 Hour as well, you move faster in diagonal lines. So going from left all the way to there, you do get there pretty quick. Don't ask me how that works, by the way, moving diagonal, but apparently it's a common problem in all games. I'm sure if you Google it, you will find the answer. Basically, if you've got a square box like that, you can move from there to there in the same time that it takes you to move from diagonal corner to diagonal corner. So it needs some like formula added to it. I never knew this, to be honest, until only the last year or so. Okay, so RaGing K has kept his CC both times. He is going for oils. He's got 4... Is it 4 or 5? I think 4 minigunners in total. technically, there should be more oils being captured by UA Den. He's got a flamer straight down the middle against RaGing K's flamer. And if it's not being microed at all... Was he actually predicting a helix there? I think he's predicting helix, sending a gat. So if it was a helix, okay, would have done pretty well. We saw even the flamer from before, though. It delays the helix. And the flamer would have actually done good there against RaGing K, because that outpost is kind of slow, so probably that war factory and barracks would have gone down if it was a flamer from UA Dan. I'm pretty sure he was expecting a helix. He has got a flamer coming in from this right-hand side, but I think RaGing K's seen it. As I said, I would consider RaGing K already expert level. He is very good. And has... I don't know his stats exactly, but he has probably quite good stats against a lot of top players. If there was a set like between Boyka and RaGing K, for example, I probably would pick RaGing K to win. Okay, we've got RaGing K sending an outpost to help capture this oil. Then down in the right, he is focusing on this tower. This is the fast way to kill the oil, by the way. A lot less shots involved, and he's killed an oil. Very nice. So yeah, if you've got a carpet bomb, actually, a carpet bomb wouldn't normally kill an oil, but if you carpet bomb that tower and it falls the correct way, which I think it probably would, then, yeah, faster way to kill the oil. Question is, does it fall in the right place? I suppose if you hit the carpet dead center, it should do. Yeah, we've got a flamer in the base, actually, from UA Dan. If he's paying attention, he could flame the war factory, but you have to be paying attention in these caliber of games, and he's not again. He didn't pay attention to his gat when it first came in, and he didn't pay attention to that flamer. Missed opportunity there by far. A red guard killing an oil. Yeah, how many players do we have, actually, from... Ukraine? I'm trying to think. I know Tumstep originally, I think he's from Ukraine. Now he lives in France, though. And we also had, I think it's Asus, who doesn't really play anymore. But I'm pretty sure he was from Ukraine. Yeah, I haven't seen Asus for a long time, actually. He was also very good. Yeah, this outpost will eventually get cleared up, but if it takes out that prop, it's really, really decent. Because there's now overlords out for the nuke. Also building a proxy nuke at the front. Needs to get this supply. Quite easy to forget this supply. On this map, it's quite easy to forget this supply here as well on this one. Supplies all over the place. Yeah, so much money on this map. If you're going to see players floating, this is definitely the map for it. This is like macro skills 1000, this map. Yeah, Overlord ECM is quite deadly against infantry, providing you still got your ECMs alive. If the ECM dies, of course, then your army gets shut down. But as long as you got ECMs, tuck them nice in the back, then your army's usually pretty good. Okay, so you got RaGing K taking over the middle. Yeah, that's one fully loaded bunker. I would like to see him actually get that dozer and just go and repair it. Maybe even drop another inf bunker next to it. There is a nuke up, so maybe he's trying to get nuke mix, but there's no airfield just yet. He's now trying to build some stuff, but I think he has a lack of dozers. That's the cool thing about keeping your CC, is when you got loads of cash later, you can just spam loads of dozers, so you can see loads of airfields already going up for RaGing K. The outpost here, killing the oil. He's probably going to go inside of this bunker, and I reckon that's going to be quite problematic, actually, for UA Den. Oh, that is brutal. Oh my god, that is so... I said that's going to be problematic. Oh my god. That literally ended the game. Oh my goodness. GG, 2-0 for RaGing K. Okay, jumping into the next match. We have the blue Gilet Stealth for RaGing K up in the north of Vendetta. Down in the south position with the USA Vanilla or Regular. This is the purple UA Den. Is it just me, or is that... Was that radar dish just like going crazy as it was getting sold? Does it normally do that? Just rewind that 5 seconds and just watch that again. That was the funniest thing. I don't think I've seen that before. Maybe it does it all the time, but I haven't noticed it. Ah, man, your dose drops have got to be spot on. You can't be wasting valuable seconds like this, because that's the difference between the TNT getting there, this tunnel being built a few seconds faster, all that kind of stuff. The seconds are precious when you're going for that dozer drop. Shows inexperience there to me, I think. Oh. And also, he's wasting valuable collection time here. Okay, he's stopping this tunnel. But this isn't really going to slow RaGing K down, because he can just collect from there and there. The Chinook does take over and it will hold it, but you can just go from there and there. And it's also taking damage. It's slowing the collection rate down for UA Den. And yeah, his dozer no doubt going to get killed soon as well, because Tech RPG is going to drop off some units inside of here. That tunnel's going to be built in the end anyway. I mean, okay, you've slowed down this tunnel a bit, but that drop really hasn't achieved all too much. You've just mainly slowed your economy down by 25%, which is just one of your 4 Chinooks. This V needs to be moved into position. It's currently out of position. But having a V there, V there, V there, and a V there is like all the places you need. On the extreme of the map here is not where you need it. He's going to lose that V as well. And Hellfire cost him an extra $500. RaGing K gets it back too technical. The RPGs did get cleared up, but where are the Chinooks? They need to be put back ASAP. Just look at all this wasted time here. There is a V going around for UA Den. This is pretty cool. You do see a lot of top level players doing this. Going around the back, so while the GLA is busy with the aggression, meanwhile the V can go around and kill all your workers. I do like that. But I do worry a little bit for the main base here. TNT's got in. And it's pretty much game over, I think. Yeah, that's game. These technicals are all scrapped now. Okay, he's killed a bunch of workers, but RaGing K's on like 3 supplies now. But once the production's camped like that, you've only got 1 dozer inside of there. This is game. 100% that is game 3-0. Might be a quick set. Okay, jumping into the next one. This is the USA, the blue in the south position of Vendetta. This is RaGing K. Then up in the north position with the GLA Stealth in the purple, this is UA Den. Did anyone used to play GameSpy way back in the day on the GameSpy servers, and there was always a guy in there, and I'm sure he had like 10,000 games or something, like 5,000 wins, 5,000 losses, something like that, and he was called Dens, D-E-N-S, all in capital letters. Anyone remember that guy? You used to always see him in the lobby. Dens. I think an expert player called Mad Herb at one point like went undercover as the fake Dens The funny stuff in Zero Hour. Okay, so this could be quite smart from RaGing K, actually. Denying the worker over here because it's got no buildings to go inside of. You're pretty much not going to stop a tunnel from getting up in the middle. Because the worker will probably go inside of one of the buildings if he's paying attention. And even if he's not paying attention, the first tech RPG to come out, put a few RPGs in some of these buildings, drop off a worker, and then even if there's a follow-up V, that will also be pushed away. Yeah, I do think USA against GLA is pretty good here. The USA pretty strong. The reason being, because it's quite a wide map, Vendetta. You got to have so many tunnels in so many different places. C&C from UA down. When he get the dozer, he does get the dozer actually, and the firebase. But generally, like when that V army gets up, you know, that mid-game V army that ends lots of games. Generally, there's always a path through to the GLA base. So that'll get cleaned up. So, like, when he builds up these V numbers now, the likely route is through there. Even if that's occupied, you can kind of, like, go through that path. And then through there. And then, boom, you're at the arms dealer. Tunnel's been built in a bit of a bad place, really, because if you see players like Xcal, he's always building a tunnel in front of his arms dealer. Does that pretty much every single game. But like, let's say there was even a tunnel there and a tunnel there. You can still like go around all the edge of the map. It's unlikely one RPG inside there is going to stop you, or probably will be empty like it is now. Or you can even go through here. Yeah, there's so many ways. The GLA has to like plug so many holes to stop the V's coming through. One V might go down here actually. It's kind of escaped for now. Nice microwave from RaGing K, moving it back. No V's have gone down so far, but so many technicals have. Bad target in there from UA Den because he's left every V low. Okay, he gets one in the end, but it was bad targeting in the end. He should have probably put one technical on that. Probably should have finished that V first. Just a little bit of indecision about which V to target. So UA Dan has gone for his second arms dealer now. He's already up to a third supply. If he can reset these V numbers somehow, still probably give him a good chance. But he's losing maybe a few too many technicals. Again, moving the weak units back. RaGing K, pro move. And keeping the strong ones up front so that all the technicals keep going down and being reset. An extra supply for UA Den. I hope he's not cutting the production, though, because he's only got one tech RPG, and he is about to face the wrath of 4 loaded Vs plus the ambulance. This is the mid-game push I'll tell you about. Okay, nice denial there. Every little helps. The problem is, though, it's all right having that occupied, because you already had that bit covered there. It's not going to deny that much. The V push is going to come through there, or there, or maybe clear that position and go. It's gonna come from somewhere, and then it's gonna cause problems. And he's built a strat now as well, so it's gonna get the extra range on these Vs. But RaGing K doesn't seem in any kind of rush, actually. He's just waiting for a second. He's probably upgrading the supply lines upgrade, which is that upgrade down at the bottom right, where my mouse cursor is right now. Really important upgrade. Gets your economy boosted by 10%. Every Chinook will drop off 660 rather than 600. And every oil will also collect 220 instead of 200. C&C from UA Dan, but I think RaGing K knew that was coming, hence having a V here to stop it. More and more technicals come streaming out. UA Dan needs to get a palace now and keep spamming the technicals. That's the only thing. I probably would do less and less tunnels. Just loads and loads of technicals. Look, he's even scared about some kind of a push here on the right, I think. He just needs a palace. No more tunnels. Just a palace and more technicals. Just to keep this back as much as possible. But again, look at the V micro here from RaGing K. Technicals coming in. Tries to get one V, but just leaves it low again in the end. This is what I mean. It's all right having this tunnel. It's all right having this tunnel, but they're all going to get wiped. The only thing that's going to stop this now is probably a palace or a sneaky T&T on that strat, but I think RaGing K is already aware that that could be a possibility. Yeah, it's just super, super solid, RaGing K. He is about to probably go for 0 up. Technicals coming in. Might be able to grab that V if he pounces on it quick, but every second matters here. The Vs have been micro back again. Gets 1 V for about 15 technicals, and UA Den has been defeated. Yeah, instead of building all them tunnels, scrap all them tunnels, make that palace a bit quicker and keep spamming the technicals. And you also need to react faster with these technicals and like kind of trap the Vs so they're fighting tunnels, RPGs, and the technicals all at the same time. You don't want to be like coming in, chasing the Vs. He's microing them back. You don't want to be doing that. It is difficult though. I actually highly rate USA there and its chances against GLA, but the play needs to be so much better there from UA Den. Okay, jumping into the next one. This is a China tank for the blue player. This is RaGing K. And up in the north position, we have the USA Air Force. For the purple, that's looking like a no-eco build. This is UA Den. What was I going to say? UAN. UA Den. UAN is probably like some agency. So it's not a no-eco, it's a fake no-eco. Let's see. RaGing K had a barracks there, so I think he probably has waypoint scouted there, and he probably thinks it's a no-eco. So why does he need to know that? He's going to react differently. He's now going to, if he did waypoint scout there and detected buildings, he's now going to build an outpost and a GAT rather than just probably GATs if you were playing a normal game. And what you see more and more players do is they build an outpost and a GAT, send it to kind of here, you find the drone, and then you're going to park and wait for the no-eco to arrive. Whereas if you think it's a normal build that you're playing against, you're going to send a GAT probably over here, and a GAT also probably over here. Makes 2 GATs anyway, no outpost, okay. Yeah, we don't know for sure if he thought it was a no-eco or not. He also could have been waypoint scouting here and here to check if there's buildings. So he could actually think it's a normal build because there was buildings there. It is quite a fully loaded V as well, so he possibly could still think it's a no-eco. Even though usually if there's no eco, you wouldn't go inside of that building. Holy moly. First V is dead. Second V half HP. So far so good there for RaGing K, and he's building his prop in a nice safe position really, really quick as well. I think the magic number to build your prop is like after the 3rd GAT or even like 4th GAT. There is a barracks out. I like how that's very close to the barracks. So as soon as the Lotus comes out, it can capture it. Something that Big Size basically... I don't know if he started it, but I've seen him doing it. One of the first. Okay, lays lock here from UA. Then it's blocked a little bit by the hut. That gets flushed out as a GAT. ECM army pushing on the right. That is now going to be insanely difficult, I'm afraid. For the US, probably need a few Crusaders now. And ideally, try to take these oils out of the equation. Maybe even get your own oil. Because you can't be having a tank on like 2 oils. You probably get the refinery on this map too. And he's probably going to expand here. And then probably move into MiGs. Unless you do something about it. So yeah, refinery going to come in. So every GAT was $700 before. Now we're going to get a 10% reduction. So it's now going to be like 630. Lotus actually makes a dive for it inside of this house. One of the V's is going to get sacrificed though for the greater good, or is it the greater good? Don't really know, because the Lotus is not dead after all of that. And not very much tank stuff is dead. The Gats are now pushing in on this right-hand side. I spoke to Google about the chain gun upgrade once when he plays tank against the US, and he said he gets the chain gun upgrade like after like the first Gat, like mega early. And I always thought that was a bit weird. And whenever you do it, you can have 4 Gats out in the same time it takes 1 chain gun upgrade to complete. So you can build 4 Gats for the same as the chain gun. But yeah, Google, I always remember he said he gets it as like his second thing. I don't think having it as your the second thing you build is efficient, to be honest, because then you have minimal units out. Yeah, chain gun's 25% extra damage on your Gats. And you can see if he's got it by looking down there in the bottom right. Gats are getting shredded. These are the kind of engagements you want to be taking as the US. I think it's probably because RaGing K is focused now on expanding. He's got the supply here in the middle. He's building a airfield. Well, yeah, I forgot his Air Force. Might get the war factory and the prop if he's lucky. I don't think so, though. Just the prop. Yeah, I think just the prop. Because the bombs started falling a little bit late. It happens on certain maps. I think it's to do with the height of the terrain. Okay, well, UA Den is fighting for his survival now in this tournament. He's only got 1 Chinook collected on the left. Needs to definitely pull him away, because that one's actually got less supplies. That one's got 25k, so definitely need 2 on the left. Yeah, he's fighting for his survival, and this is is it the longest and most competitive game so far? Maybe the Nuke VM. It's also about the same length, but yeah, he's having a bit of success now with some of these Gat battles, but the problem is these MiGs are coming now, and these Vs are going to go down. He actually unloads the MDs. I think that gives him more XP, because then he gets the kill for the Vs and the MDs. And RaGing K using one of my hiding spots to collect the cash off the opponent. Always use the terrain in the buildings to hide objects in the game. But yeah, like having it there is good. Obviously, it got Firebase there, so it wasn't that good, but still stealing a bit of cash. Something you'll take. There's not many units out now for RaGing K. Got 4 new Gats back in the base. Needs to get them out. Does he have the chain guns yet? Nope. There's not. Okay, prop being rebuilt. Extra war factory for RaGing K. Would like to see the MiG armor upgrade. Only $1,000 if it saves 1 MiG. It's more than paid for itself, because 1 MiG is $1,600. For tank, obviously, with the 10% discount from the refinery. He's not hunted. The way to probably win now is just to camp it out. Firebases and Avengers, maybe. It's going to be insanely difficult, though, because the cash isn't that great. And I think the cash isn't that great because he was collecting with 3 Chinooks for a while. He has no supply lines upgrade. He has no oil. Probably those things to get your economy going a bit. A firebase there, a couple of Avengers out. And camp it out, get your CC. And use the Air Force support powers. Is probably the way to win now. Chain gun is in play now. If that fire base goes down, it's bad news, because then that side's wide open. You need to send your dozer over there. And that, I think, is the last dozer, by the way. Yeah, but need to put these Chinooks back ASAP. These need to be numbered, and I'm going to guess from U8 then that they're not numbered. In my tutorial for USA, I say to put these on 0 and 9. They're just not going back enough, and he needs all the cash he can get. This is a demolition job. RaGing K just coming in with absolutely everything and pummeling U8 Den. And so much that he's now out of the World Series. Yeah, nice try there from U8 Den. Obviously, he's not as experienced as RaGing K. But he did put up a good fight in some of the games. Ultimately, 5-0 for RaGing K, but he's a good player. If RaGing K keeps winning and the Excal keep winning, I believe they will be against each other in the later rounds, and I hope that's a really fierce and competitive match. It should be really good. Hopefully, we can stream that one, actually. So yeah, GG, well played. Congratulations to RaGing K. Commiserations to U8 Den. Hopefully we'll see him next time, and I'll see you in the next one. GG.